One of my favorite memories of Peggy was about 3 years ago at the Chamber of Commerce. They call it the Bob Awards, the best of Bolingbrook. And the library won the award for Best Nonprofit, which governments are supposed to be nonprofit, I guess. But anyways, I always thought of it as the best of government, which is kind of cool. And the library won that award, and Peggy was up on the stage, and she was shepherding all of her trustees like a bunch of little chicks. And she was just beaming and was just so happy and thrilled. And I've always thought of that memory as something very special.
My favorite memory of Peggy was, so as a newer trustee, like you wouldn't think that I would have a lot of memories with Peggy, but she was actually my high school teacher. So we go back, like way back. So in high school, she was also the student advisor for the senior class. So back then, she had all like the senior class officers, and I was the vice president for our senior class. And she had all the officers come by to the library. And back then, it was a smaller, older library, and that was actually my first experience going into the library. And I just remember thinking, like, feeling inspired because I didn't know that you could actually get involved as a trustee in the library, and I saw like Peggy doing all those things, and I just remember thinking to myself, like one day I'm like, I would love to do that. And here we are now.
One of my personal memories was when I first got on the board, or when I was running, we used to go out and knock on doors, and it was freezing cold, and we would joke around with each other. Also, when Peggy and I both were on the national part of the American Library Association, and she was actually there for me when I got inaugurated in Washington, D.C. at the Library of Congress.
One thing I remember about Peggy that I was really grateful for, and I really appreciated, the last election that I was supposed to run for, and Peggy as a leader really pulled us together and said, okay, we're going to do our campaign, and we're going to spearhead your signage and get everything down. We're going to do the walk in the streets with you. And she was really organizing it and really showed leadership in how to help you run your campaign. And I really appreciated it. Now, luckily for me, that year I ran unopposed. But she didn't know that from the beginning, and she was really right there for me, and I really appreciated that a lot.
When I think about my memories of Peggy, the one that sticks out is really a series of memories. When she was pushing and leading the charge to get this new library built, her work and her dedication to getting that done, and frankly in the face of some severe opposition, was commendable. It's something that I looked up to for then with her, and I continue to look up to her now because of the stance she took and her refusal to back down. And as a result, we have a premier library.
She was my personal mentor, and when I started as a rookie on the board for the library, she just taught me everything I needed to know, and she was always there if I had a question. So, conferences or, things here, she just led the way. And when I first started, I thought it'd be a great way to go back into, get into the community and, kind of start slow and kind of, start learning, how to help out in the community. And boy, we started out with hiring a director, and then there was the referendum and the building of the library, and whoa, but she was there. She led me through every step, everything I needed to do, everywhere I needed to be, she was there.
Peggy's work throughout Bolingbrook has been going on since long before I got here, and really goes back to the beginning of Bolingbrook. Her work here at the library, with the township, with the village, has made Bolingbrook what it is today. She's one of the key players over Bolingbrook's history that, again, has resulted in Bolingbrook being the great community we have now.
Peggy is part of the community. She started out on the library board, and then she moved from the library board to the village board, and then from the village board to township supervisor. Then there was a lull, but Peggy's always been active in different organizations. around town. So she's been very active. And then when she was ready to come back into politics, I actually was the one that was president of the board at the time, and I actually reappointed her back to the library board.
Peggy has always been a leader in our community, from her teaching days at Valley View School District to her days on the Village of Bolingbrook Board of Trustees, which she served quite a while on that, to her time on the Board of Trustees for the Fountaindale Library. She's known and respected in our community in Bolingbrook. Everyone knows her. I swear everyone knows her. And, former students come up to her and, it's Mrs. Danhof, and she remembers everyone. She could probably tell you what class she taught them in and probably what their grades were, but she can recall everybody and everybody's name from everywhere she has worked. She's truly a leader, someone to be admired.
Peggy's greatest accomplishment, again, I'm a little prejudiced, but I believe it's bringing the library to our community. The growth of this town and of this area has been wondrous to see. From 40,000 people when I came here to almost 80,000 people, the reputation of Bolingbrook throughout the nation has been extremely positive, and the diversity and the feeling of our community is just enhanced by the library that we have. You drive down the street that I kind of think of as the main street, Briarcliff, and the first thing you see is our building. And you look at it and it's like, wow, that looks pretty nice. And you've already got a positive feeling about our town. And Peggy was one of the driving forces behind that. So I think that was her greatest accomplishment.
She's worked hard, and she's gotten a lot of different recognitions on a lot of different committees. And that's not just for the state of Illinois, but for the, it used to be the American Library Trustee Association, now it's the United Trustee Association. And so she sat on different boards, and I think that, just representing Fountaindale on all those different boards is a great accomplishment in itself.
I think personally Peggy's greatest accomplishments was her ability to be a wonderful wife, mother, and grandmother. Oh, she just loves her grandchildren. Her eyes just light up when you talk about them. And all the time while being available to her students, when she was still teaching, and to her constituents when she was a village board member, and of course to all the patrons at the library. She was always available. And if anybody had a question, she never hesitated to have an answer or find the answer for the patron. And I can't say enough of what a wonderful ambassador she is, and a voice for the library.
Peggy, good luck on your retirement. Many people are going to miss you. I will miss you. I will miss your leadership and your direction that you give to whatever you do. I'm sure you will still be around. I'm sure you will still come by. I hope you do. But again, have a great retirement.
Peggy, thank you so much for everything that you have done. I wish you well on your retirement, and I wish you all the best.
Peggy, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for everything you've done for me personally, and for the community here in Bolingbrook. You're going to be missed here in your position with the library as library trustee and president. But I don't think you're going to go very far from here, so I'm sure we'll see you around. Enjoy your retirement, and thank you very much.
Peggy, congratulations on your, I'm going to say semi-retirement, because you'll never totally retire. I will also say that whatever adventures you set out to do, just think of all the good adventures we had together. And I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me with ALA and getting up early at 4 o'clock in the morning and doing those Claretta Scott King breakfasts. And thank you. And I know you, whatever you put your mind to, you're going to do the best you can. And thank you for serving not just the Fountaindale Library, but our community.
Peggy, enjoy it. You deserve it. You've done great things in this community. You will not be forgotten. enjoy your retirement, have fun, enjoy your grandkids, and again, God bless.
Peggy, I will miss you so much, and I wish you well in your new next endeavor, your, next step, next page, next chapter. And I think Peggy will be around. She won't be gone. She'll still be available, and she'll still be a presence, I think, in the community. Absolutely, because she loves Bolingbrook, loves the library, and she'd do anything for them.